In this game of life, man, in this game of life, you may have many shots at the basket. You may have many shots at the basket of the game of life, but the only thing is you don't know for how long you get those shots at the basket. Do you? You feel me? And I'm talking about basketball, playing sports. You know what I mean? When you talk about the game of life, real life and sports to me are kind of like hand in hand to a degree because when you think of sports, at least for me, right? When I think of sports, especially basketball and football, it's mostly based around will, I'll say will and talent. You can have a talent, but do you have a will to push yourself to get better with your talent? And for some people, they don't have a talent, but they have the will. They may not be the most athletic, but they have the will to want to get after it. You know what I'm saying? Like that speak volumes, man. That's why, it's playing, especially in basketball or football, it's a lot about, of course, technique, strategy, but you still got to have a desire. You still got to want to do well for yourself. You know what I mean? Produce well for the team. So when you think about life, a lot of people say, which I agree with to a degree, life is what you make it to be. Life is based on what you putting in to yourself. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in others around you? You know what I'm saying? So the game of life, man, it's a heavy one because a lot of time it's not just based on you, huh? Relationships, you know what I mean? Commitments to, if you have children, if you have things that you obligated, excuse me, obligated to, that's part of the game of life. So my thing is, are you really ready to play the game? Do you? You know what I'm saying? You got to want this. And the thing about it is, as much as you want something or you want to achieve something or you think the people around you is going to look out for you because of what you did for them in their life, sometimes it be those same people around you. You know what I'm saying? It be the same people around you that you look out for, be the same ones that's waiting for your demise, the same ones that's plotting on your downfall, the same ones, you feel me, that'll go work with the ops against you. Yeah, this gonna be a heavy one tonight, man. And sometimes the people around you, if you got somebody that really look out for you and you know that you in the wrong, when you know you out here moving in a way you shouldn't be doing, you know what I'm saying? You finally got to a certain financial status in life, you got a certain type of recognition. Now you out here, you feeling like you the hottest thing, you feel me, walking and talking. You feel like everything you've been through was nothing because you finally got to a bag and you feel like you can take advantage of people around you. You think that the girl that you dating, for my fellas, you feel me? For guys out there, the women that you're dating, just because you got to a certain status in life, do you think they just supposed to fall to your feet because of what you do for them? Or you feel like you can just take something from them because guess what? I put you in position. And that's the wrong way to look at it. That's the wrong way to go about it because some people will accept you treating them bad until they can't get out of you what they looking from you. You know what I mean? They look to you to get certain things from you because you are in a position. You feel me? Especially if you're in a certain tax bracket. There's people that will put up with your nonsense so they can either get enough dirt on you. You know what I'm saying? They either can put enough dirt on you or get enough dirt on you where they can turn around and use that against you, or wait for you to fall on bad times. You know what I'm saying? And then they want to throw even more gas onto the flame against you. Do you feel me? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I call the game of life. Are you ready to play? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You new to my channel. I am Sean B. Stoller. We just chopping up good game tonight. You know what I'm saying? We just chopping up real good game tonight, man. It need to be spoke on because this is the thing, y'all. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of things going on different social media platforms. You know what I mean? Shout out to my content creators out there that's doing your thing, and you recognizing certain things have changed, or certain things have changed, and it may not be in your best favor, but that's part of the game of life. You know, on my regular job, it's a saying that we say, right? It's that you have to make adjustments based on conditions. You know, if you work a regular job like myself, I get up in the morning, I go to work, I got a routine. But in that routine, I still have to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, when I do my daily duties, because every day is similar, but it's still different at the same time. So when you go about life and you start to elevate in life, you have to make adjustments based on your new conditions. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people make that mistake, or they get too comfortable, or they get drunk off power. You know, some people, you know, they may not have had the success early in their life as a young adult. You know, they start, get tapping into their 30s, and now they finally got in position. They finally got that big bag, and everything that they couldn't do in their 20s or even in their early 30s, they finally able to do so. And some people get drunk off the power that the money comes with. You know what I'm saying? Because some people really don't know what they want until they get into a position in life. It's kind of like this, right? I'll break it down this way. Most people will say what they don't do or what they would not do because of their current status in life right now. Let's say, you're not where you really want to be, but you're doing okay, right? Financially. But once you really get in position in your life, whether it's financial or just having that peace, or you know what I mean, you finally elevate into what you had a dream, your whole life for. You finally got to that not the finish line, but you got to a place where you like, okay, I'm feeling this. It's like Kanye West song, "Wait till I get my money right. You can't tell me nothing, right?" Some people that really happens to some people. And it's not even, it don't necessarily have to be money. It could be a fact that you done went from, a entry level to now you a supervisor, you're a manager, you're a district manager, you're operation manager. You feel me? You can just be a change in title and maybe got a $2 increase. But because you got that title in front of your name, some people get drunk off the title and make it feel like, you know what I'm saying? And try to make you feel like you less than because they have the title and you don't. Now, you can use that for a metaphor for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be a job. It can be in a relationship. It can be the fact that, hey, you've been grinding for all this time. You've been dealing with this type of person because of your financial status. And now that you finally got your money right, now you looking at this relationship like, do I really want to be with you? You feel me? Do I really have a desire to stay with you? because now my pockets is right, and it's like I was struggling with you. Now that I got in position, you not in position. Now I'm looking outside. I'm looking somewhere else. I'm not trying to help build you up. You feel me? But now that I finally got myself together, now I'm looking for something different than you. Some people get drunk. I call that being drunk on the power. It's playing the game of life, but that doesn't mean it's good. You can be playing the game, but it could be a bad game. But to you, you think you winning. And unfortunately, some people really do these things. But until they got in position in life, you would never know that. Or you would see maybe small glimpses of individuals acting this way, but you really won't be able to comprehend it until you get your money right. See, this is another thing too. When in my mind, the way I think, when two broke people are together, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we kind of lifting each other up, right? So you kind of going through like a survival stage in a relationship. So is that really love, or are you just trying to survive because two people struggling, trying to build each other up is a little bit easier than one person trying to lift everybody up, right? You know, they always say two is better than one. So if you both struggling, you both, finally getting up and, finally starting to level up, you kind of work together. But this is the key. To me, the way I look at it is this way. I look at people relationships, especially if they both successful. If two people are both successful in a relationship, really, if you think about it, they don't have to stay together because one person doesn't need the other person for them to maintain whatever their lifestyle is. But when you deal in a relationship where it's lopsided, most men, that's what we deal with. It's a lot of women out here getting a bag, but let's be real. Most guys, you know what I'm saying, are the ones who pick up most of the slack. So when I think of a relationship when two people are successful, this is the time, if you're going to leave, to me, that would be the best time to leave, because if I'm not with you because I want to be with you, why am I with you? I don't have to stay. Whether we together or not, my lifestyle will be the same. Now, if it was on the flip side where one person is doing okay and the other one is kind of struggling, I call that a struggling relationship because, yeah, the person that's not doing as well probably will bend a little bit more, be more flexible for the other partner, knowing that they in position, so they don't want to let that bag go. You feel me? So is that real love, or is that just survival relationships? You feel me? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, for a long time, you know what I'm saying? For a long time, especially in the black community, eating canned goods, I thought that was just regular food. As I got older, I started understanding canned good foods are really survival food. You know what I mean? You actually do not supposed to eat canned food that often because it's designed to be preserved for long periods of time. Certain things, of course, when you're making your soul food, you want to use some canned food to a degree. But what I'm saying is, canned foods originally designed for survival food. You feel me? So now you flip that to a relationship. If one person is up, usually the other person, whether they don't want to be there or not, they don't want to go back to Top Ramen and, you feel me, and Hamburger Helper, when they got somebody over here that's buying steaks and lobsters. And you feel me, if you're vegan, you know what I'm saying, we can go get them vegan dishes and this and that. Come on, man. So I'm just saying, for the fact that all this to me is playing the game of life, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. It's all part of the game of life. What you choose to do in the game is based on you and what you're looking to accomplish. Or do you want to pass the ball off and you just sitting on the side, you know what I'm saying, cheering on, your teammate? Huh? Do you? I'm just saying, man. It's all a game, man. The issue is, what part of the game do you want to be in, huh? You know what I'm saying? What part of the game do you want to be in? Hit that like button, y'all, man. Support the channel by smashing up them likes, man. We chopping it up tonight, huh? We chopping it up, man. The game of life, and this is part 2. You feel me? Y'all want to see part 1 once this live is over? Go over, hit that live tab, and the game of life. You can go through my content. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been dropping, content pretty frequent for almost 2 years. I've been on YouTube. So shout out to all my subscribers and anybody new to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am Sean B. Stoller. I'm only here to bring nothing but good game, huh? But yeah, man, you got to really look at it like that, because I promise you this, right? It's things you're going to go through in life, right? It's things you're going to go through, whether it's relationships, dealing with family members, dealing with coworkers, starting up your own business. You know what I'm saying? Taking out loans, whether it's for school or buying a home or buying a car. I mean, there's so many different things to this game of life you got to deal with. You feel me? Especially when you start getting money, if you got kids, or you setting up, you know what I mean, college funds and trust accounts. I mean, there's so many different levels to this thing. It's funny, right? Because most of us, myself included, when you a kid, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? A toddler, a young adult, it's like, man, I can't wait to be grown. Like, I want to be adult. I want to work, or I want to do this. I have these dreams. I want to go to school, whatever it is, right? It's so funny that most kids, they want to be, they want to grow up to be an adult to make their own decisions. But once you become an adult and you see all these obligations, you see all these commitments, you see all these different obstacles and things you have to deal with, you be like, man, I wish I can go back and be a kid again, huh? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real though, because it's like, I know for myself, I speak from my own personal situation, it's like you see things, or you see how life is going, and you like, man, once I become an adult, I'm gonna do this, and that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do this. And then when real life kick in, you finally jump off the porch and you become an adult, and you start, being a responsible adult. I should say that. You feel me? And then you start to get an understanding of how things really cost, you know? And it's like, and then for some of us, we got to kind of teach ourselves, you know? Because, like, with credit, for me coming up, that wasn't nothing that was discussed in my house. You feel me? And the importance of credit. And it's like, with my kids, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I stress the most. Is having a clean face out here. You know what I mean? If you're not familiar, you're going to go back and watch a lot of my content, man, because I talk a lot about keeping a clean face. And it's not nothing to do with, even though I'm a handsome dude, you know what I mean? I got it lined up a little bit tonight. No, it's not talking about, you feel me, your physical beauty. It's talking about your digital, you feel me, your digital reputation, your credit, your work history. You feel me, your references, you know? It's all about, keeping that digital reputation clean, because that's where we at in the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially here in America, everything is online. Everything is accessible to a degree. You feel me? So that's what's important. Is having an understanding of credit, knowing how to use it, how important it is. You feel me? Because most places, I mean, outside of your local stores, when you're trying to, set up reservations or rent out hotels, and so even plane tickets, you feel me? You want to fly somewhere. Most places you can't take them cash unless you're working through some type of travel agency. But outside of that, if you're trying to go on these apps to, you know what I mean, set up a airplane ticket or reserve a hotel or something, you can't. They're going to want some type of credit card. And most places actually prefer for you to have a major credit card, not a debit card. You feel me? For liability issues. So that's why it's so important about the credit. You know what I mean? And keeping a clean face, huh? Do you feel? But I'm just saying, it's so important for you to play this game of life, man. I feel like when you say that you don't want to play the game of life, then you pretty much looking to retire. You know what I'm saying? You looking to retire, just sit, you know what I mean? Do do senior water aerobics and you know what I mean? And just kind of like just ride off in the sunset with, that's cool. But for the rest of us that's still out here popping and trying to get to it, man, you got to learn how to play this game, man, because that's where we at. It's funny because guess what? Everywhere you go, in the sense of where you work at, if you a content creator, the platforms that you use, everybody has, I wouldn't necessarily call their situation a game, but they have a terms and conditions. They have a rule book that you have to follow. Now, of course, you can tweak a few things to a degree. It's always a gray area to anything, but it's usually that they have a certain guideline or a policy that you can't either, you know, it's a policy that you can't break or go around or you have to follow through. That's to me, that's part of playing the game. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to play the game of life because everything has a rule or a regulation or a policy or terms and conditions. Do you? You know what I mean? It has the terms and conditions. So the sooner you get the understanding of that, the sooner you accept that. Because even if you looking to do business for yourself, right? Even if you have a business, you still going to want to have a terms and conditions of people you haven't worked there, right? You know what I mean? You don't want people just doing whatever they want to do, or if you're trying to sell a certain type of image or clothes or brand or whatever, you want people to present themselves in a certain type of way, right? Because especially if you any type of fashion type store, you want all your employees to look, for one, probably wearing your merchandise. You know what I mean? Or have a standard uniform or a certain type of clothing you like them to wear to represent your product, right? So all these things are very important, man. Very important. So it's like the day you're not willing to play that game, the day you're not willing to, you know, following the policies and procedures of wherever you have to work at or wherever you have to, continue being able to do business in a certain type of fashion. You got to have that understanding and be willing to play that game, man, until you get in position to where you can create your own, huh? That's all I'm saying, you know? So, yeah, man, the game of life, it's a doozy. Do you? Hit that like button as y'all come on in. Smash up them likes, y'all. Hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And it's like sometimes, right? Even when I think about the academic situation, I did a live yesterday and, it's a lot of information being put out there about him and, this lady, he had a relationship with. And, the thing of it is, man, I said this on my last live. I'll say it again. You have to understand, man, when you get to a certain status, you can't just treat everybody around you or expect everybody around you to be a certain way without you either vetting them or having some type of security in place where you able to have them recognize certain signs and you move accordingly and make the adjustment because in this game of life, man, whether you plan or not, somebody is playing it against you, good or bad. And so when I think about the academic situation, with this young lady, it brings me back to the basics that I always talk about where, just inviting people to your home, man. Like you got to understand this is where you lay your head. This is where you spend most of your time or you feel me, your downtime. This is where, if you have kids, relatives, your parent, your mom, dad, whoever come over, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes to my home, to me, that's kind of like it's kind of like a sacred place to me to a degree, because even me, I don't invite everybody to my house. I mean, of course, my immediate family for sure, you know what I mean? They're always welcome here, but at the same time, my door is not an open policy where, anybody can come over. I'm not a big party guy. And if I was, I'd rather rent out some type of club venue than having it at my house. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this is where I stay, where my kids are. You feel me? Whoever I'm dealing with, I just want to make sure anybody that come to my house, they should always feel secure. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't invite you over. You know what I mean? And so with the academic situation where I'm hearing about with his friends and what they did with his girl or the woman he was, dating at the time, it just shows to me a lack of disrespect, or it shows that this is the type of thing that I guess they custom to when they go to his house. You know what I mean? Yeah, academics, have the girls come over through Uber, and if he go to sleep, his partners, can do what they do with her. And I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm just saying based on the information that's out there, they basically saying some foul play was involved, and I guess with the lawsuit, the civil suit that's going on, we're going to find out the truth of it. But it just brings me to, well, like I say, the game of life, man. Sometimes you're gonna get some bad balls thrown at you. You feel me? You're gonna take some hits. But the thing is, what type of hits are you taking? And when it comes to when it's happening on your property at your house, you gotta know that, there's some liability that you have to take because this is your house, this is your property, this is where you stay, and it happened on your watch while you was there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's very important that you have an understanding of what type of people you bringing over, especially on a consistent basis, because it opens you up to a big liability, or it opens you up to, especially if you're throwing parties at your house and you feel me, you got your partners there and they used to a certain type of a certain type of lifestyle that you provide for them. What happens when you start slipping up or not paying attention to details? Are they going to look out for you or protect you if something happened to go down? You know what I mean? So I just think that's a real slippery slope. So I'm not, with the academics until more information come out, and if they happen to go to court, I'll do a live back on that. But I tell you, man, if it's any truth to that, I don't know what to tell homie academics, man. But like I said in my last live, I'll say it again. I don't condone any type of illegal activity in no type of form or fashion, man. I don't stand for that. I don't promote that. And I don't think if that any truth to that situation where academics is the lady and A couple of his homies that he had at his house. You know what I mean? Only time can tell. I'll just leave it at that, y'all. But this is also part of the game of life. You got to be able to recognize and have an understanding that you could be liable to a degree. You know what I mean? You could be liable. So it's important for you to recognize those signs, because when it happens on your property, when the police come, they're going to want to talk to you. They want to see what your liability was in the situation. So, are you ready to play the game? Do you? Huh? You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a thing that I look at it like this too, right? And I'm off the academic situation. I just want to say you got to be willing to play this game of life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some beautiful things that comes out of you getting out here, finding what you truly about, and be able to use that to your benefit. You know, the best one of the best teachers is experience, but also I think another great teacher is you learning from other people, learning from other people's mistakes. And it's like when you hear about people throwing parties at their house and you hear about situations that happen, you know, it should make you want to think, to be like, do I want to be in that type of situation? You know what I'm saying? Like what? And that's what I think about when I hear about people that either I follow or people that's close to me and bad situations happen to them. I try to put myself in their shoes in the sense of, okay, let me listen to what's going on with you so I can figure out what not to do in my life. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody got to be the guinea pig, I'd rather be the person I'm learning it from and not be the one that's actually going through it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Everything that you go through doesn't necessarily mean you have to experience it directly. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'll pass on that. But can I get the information from it so I know what to look out for? You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, that's important too. You know, you don't necessarily have to go through it, but if you can recognize or get an understanding of somebody who have, and you can use that to your benefit, that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do and focus on, because all of it is a game, good or bad, to a degree, and everybody's playing one. Everybody's playing one. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You know, because it's some people that be in relationships just because of financial status, right? That's not a shocker. Wouldn't you call that playing the game? You know what I mean? It's people who sacrifice and deal with people that they necessarily wouldn't do, but because of the financial gain, or, you know, the resources that you would get access to because of this, you know, that's what a lot of people do every day. To me, that's part of the game. That's you playing the game of life. You feel me? I mean, I heard a few people I've heard celebrities say, you know, sometimes you have to do the things you don't want to do to put you in position so you can do the things that you want to do. You feel me? And I agree with that. You know, not everything you can do right away the way you see fit for you, because you just, you know, you don't have enough finances or you're just not in a position yet. But the thing of it is, if you're able to do the things that you don't want to do, and still get some success out of that, you just use that and add that to your mental Rolodex, your mental card, where you can use that information or that experience. So when you do get in position, and you're able to do the things that you want to do, at least attempt them, right? You have more of a background, an understanding of how to handle that and treat that situation, huh? See, that's part of playing the game of life. Do you? You know? And that's the thing, man. You gotta play it, man. You know? Play the game. Play the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we all do it, whether you want to accept it or not. We all play the game of life, man. You know what I'm saying? We all play the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the longer you play, you should be learning. You should be getting a better understanding. You feel me? As you go through the game of life, man, you're gonna go through certain things, of course, that you wish you didn't go through or didn't have to go through. But if you have to go through it, at least learn from it. You know what I'm saying? At least learn from it. Because what's the point? The key is to learn from the experience so you know what not to do again. You feel me? So, are you ready to play? Are you ready to play, man? And the other part of it too is that some people will play you or play on you just for the fact that you have something that they want or you in a position that they want to be. You know what I'm saying? So what's important for you, it's really important for you to make sure that regardless what I go through, no matter how long it takes, this is what I want to do. And I'm not going to allow someone to easily take me away from me playing the game that I want to play. You feel me? You know? Because we all in this game, in this life game. We all in this life game, and it's all about making the best of your situation. Making the best of, it's in most cases a bad situation, to use that to your benefit. So when you do get in position, or as you building yourself to get in position, you can go back to that, to the steps that it took for you to get there, and for you to continue to build on that and continue to elevate from that. Because one thing I can tell you about life, right? Especially if you start at level 1. If you starting for level 1 and you built yourself up from there, you always remember what that first step, that first level was. That's one of the beautiful things of when you building yourself up compared to, being brought into something. I think that's one of the hidden gems of something, is where you literally had to build everything from scratch. That energy, that time, that dedication that it took for you to get to where you at, those traits never leave you. In my opinion, those traits are always there. As opposed to an individual being born into something. Now they have to learn how to fulfill those shoes, as opposed to somebody building brick by brick. You feel me? but it's all the same to a degree in the sense of playing the game of life. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button as you come on in. Smash up them likes, y'all. Smash up them likes. You know? And it's like, unfortunately, some people are going to try to play a game on you. Some people are going to learn the movements that you do and try to find a way to use that against you for their benefit. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's what some people do. Some people will, try to learn your game only to imitate you and try to make you look like you the fake one playing the game. Huh? When realistically you the one that's the real individual, but unfortunately in this game of life some people are playing the game to take advantage of or use you until they use you up. Do you? You know what I mean? That's also a game too. See, it's not just you building yourself up. It's not just you getting in position to help, help yourself, of course. Help the ones that you feel that's beneficial for you or that you want to do for. You got to also, if you're going to accept that part of the game, you got to also accept the flip side of the game where people are trying to run game on you or take advantage of you, try to learn your game, your technique, only to steal it from you or use that to find a way to use you up because that's the game that they want to play. Huh? Do you? Come on now. I hope you're catching what I'm really saying. You know what I mean? I, you know, with all these new terms and conditions with these platforms, you can't say everything directly sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, are you ready to play the game? you know? And not everything is about a negative situation either. It's really not. I'm saying this with a seriousness, but it's also jokes included as well. You know? And to me, I'm the type of person, I'm just to me, I'm the type where I don't care where I start at, it's how I finish. I'm that type of individual. I really believe in myself and I really feel like, you know, with enough time, with enough experience, with enough understanding, I'm gonna figure it out because I'm willing to play the game. In my mind, the way I see things is as long as you're willing to play in this game of life, you always have a chance to win. The day you don't want to do that anymore is when you need to ride off in the sunset, man. You feel me? Especially when you become I call it a triple OG, a triple older gentleman in a sense of, you at that retirement age, you want to just you just want to go to the senior citizen swimming workout, you know what I mean? To the swimming workout program. Okay, I give you that. You feel me? But hey, I ain't there yet. You know what I mean? I want to get out here and still mingle and wiggle in this game of life. Do you feel me? Huh? I'm just saying, man, but you got to be willing to play this game, And it's like that's like somebody saying, "Oh man, I only want to pay cash for everything." Well, you can do that, but in some situations, paying all cash all the time will actually be more expensive for you. Yeah, once you try, I just have anybody, try to book a hotel, especially like somewhere like Vegas or something like that, and say, "Hey, you want to pay cash?" See how that work out for you. You know what I mean? Call a hotel and say, "Oh man, I want to book a room, but I want to pay cash." See how much that deposit is then. You feel me? How much they want to reserve. Because see, when you have a major credit card, you feel me? That's why most places, I'm gonna give y'all some more game. Most big establishments like big hotels, even rental car places, they prefer you to have a major credit card than having a debit card because if it's any damages, any additional damages, it's easier for them to charge you on your credit card than it is for your debit card. And that's just game for you, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, I am Sean B. Stoll. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, hopefully some type of inspiration. Smash up them likes, y'all, as you come on in, man. We just chopping it up. That's all. Talking about this game of life, man. What you want to choose to do. A great man, what I'm saying, out here in the Bay Area. I'm in the Bay Area. You feel me? The Oakland area. You know what I'm saying? And this great rapper named E40, Earl Stevens, man, out of Vallejo, California. I don't know where he got the line from, but I'm gonna tell you what the line I like to say. In life, you either gonna barbecue or mildew. Which one is you? Do you? Huh? In life, you gonna barbecue or mildew? Which one is you? Huh? That's the question. You feel me? Because we all have choices. We all have decisions. So what is your choice and what is your decision? Huh? Hey now. Smash up them likes, y'all. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. I appreciate you. It does not cost a fee to hit the like button. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all watching me tonight too. Because I've been talking about hot topics the last few lives. And I just wanted to come on here and just chop it up like I normally do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to do lives where we can have conversations like this, where we're not necessarily talking about trending topics. We just kind of having like a little, just a light powwow, just a me and you type conversation. So I appreciate each and every one that tap in and watch me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like sometimes that's what you need in life. Sometimes not everything is meant to be like a big explosion in a sense of where you have to be so viral with everything. Sometimes it's good to just have personal conversations, man. You know what I mean? And if they get it, they get it. If they don't, hey, at least you put it out there. You feel me? That's what type of channel I am sometimes, man. You know? But I just think like this though. You got to be willing to play the game, man. Just like with the credit cards. I mentioned cash, paying things in cash versus credit. To me, that's part of the game of life. Where we at, especially here in America, we I call it the digital era. We in the digital era now where everything is pretty much on, fast pace. If you're looking for certain information, you can either Google it, right here on YouTube. It's so many different things on YouTube. You want to learn how to, do an oil change on your car, do a tune up on your car, or, you want to get a certain type of lighting for your living room. There's so many different things you can find on different platforms, and different ways of thinking of things, normal things that you do all the time. It's always somebody doing something a little bit different than what you do. So that's one of the beautiful things I think about being in this new digital era is that the information is available to you. It's just a matter of you, typing in the research engine what you're looking for. You feel me? Because it's here for you. And a lot of times you can just press a button and it's delivered to your front door like voila. You feel me? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm out here on the West Coast. It's like 11:34, right? You know, uh, if I want sushi, all I got to do is pick up my phone and hit a couple of buttons. You know what I'm saying? My credit card or it's already on file, but debit card or whatever, and the food will pull up. Be brought to my front door in about 20, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, you had to call on a landline phone. You feel me? Back in my early days, before cell phones was real popular, and it, because before they was very expensive. Before they, the cell phone you have today is nothing like how it was in the '90s and even the early 2000s. To be honest with you, but what I'm saying is the whole point of me saying that is this: you have to be able to adjust your game based on the season that you're in, the era that you in. You feel me? That's just like with life. What you did in the early 2000s, what you did even in the 2010s, what we doing in 2024 and going forward, we you know what I'm saying? We on a whole nother speed. We on a whole nother speed level of how fast we get information, on how fast you can get things done or taken care of or delivered to that wasn't there in the early 2000s, especially in the 90s. So that's why I say you have to be willing to play this game of life and make adjustments based on conditions, based on where you at in life, based on what you're trying to do with your life. You feel me? Like all of that matter. You know what I'm saying? Because once you say, "Oh man, I'm tired of doing this," or "I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that," then that sounds like you ready to retire out this. You feel me? Out of the, I wouldn't call it a rat race, but you just ready to retire from the matrix. But unfortunately, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The cell phone, whether you have it on or off, it's still working. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Are you ready to play the game? Are you willing to play the game of life? Do you? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as much as you want to fight, you know, the times that we're in, some things you just have to adjust to because there's no other options you can do. You know what I mean? So I suggest instead of fighting the machine, figure out how to way to play the game and work it into your own benefit. That's why some people say, "Hey, man, I don't want to work a 9 to 5." Okay, cool. Well, what's your other plan then? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to make money? Okay, how are you going to build whatever you're trying to build? You know what I mean? You have to have a strategy. To me, that's called playing the game of life. You can choose what type of game you want to play, but the thing of it is, you got to be able to execute the play. Come on now. You got to be able to execute the play, man. You know what I'm saying? So smash up them likes as you come on in. Hit the like button. You new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I am Sean B. Stola if you're not familiar. You know what I mean? Sean B. Stola is the name. But look, because it's funny, right? Some people be like, "Oh man, I don't play games. I don't play video games." Okay. Well, are you in a relationship? You know what I mean? Are you dating someone? Okay. Well, when Mother's Day come around or their birthday come around, are they expecting you to, get them gifts or take them somewhere? You feel me? Like, you gonna say you don't play that game either? You feel me? You don't play that game, you don't celebrate birthdays. I respect it if you don't, if it's a religious thing, but I'm just saying in general is what I'm speaking on. You know? It's like we all have to play some sort of game, whether you want to or not. So instead of fighting it, find a way to work with it. You feel me? And find a way to make it work and be beneficial for you and whatever endeavors you looking to do, huh? Play the game. Okay. Smash up them likes, y'all. Hit the like button as you come on in. All this good game I'm kicking tonight, man. I know it's late night, you know. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You new to my channel. You feel me? But I'm just saying, man, you gotta have that understanding. And you also, you know, you gotta look at it like this too. The more experience you get, the more experience you get, you can eventually use that to your own benefit. You feel me? To your own benefit. But the question is, are you ready to play the game? Do you? Okay. You got to be willing to play it, man. Because guess what? If you're not willing to play the game of life, somebody's going to play you against you. They're going to play you. Since you don't want to play, somebody's going to be trying to play the game on you. Especially if you have, finances or resources or access to certain things that they wish they could have or a level they wish they can get to. So they'd rather take it from you. Come on. So you got to be willing to play this game, man. And it could be a beautiful thing. It's just like sports, right? And that's another thing too I want to mention. So I did bring up sports, right? When I think of the game of life, right? Sometimes a lot of your success will come from you believing in you. Because I love the NBA basketball. That's one of my top sports I like to watch. My favorite team, since I'm from the Bay Area, is the Warriors. On the Warriors, they have a player called Steph Curry or Stephen Curry. Right? Most people know who he is. I'm pretty sure you probably do. With Steph Curry, he's not that tall of a man. No disrespect compared to a lot of giants in the basketball league, right? But the thing about Steph Curry is he's able to shoot the ball from a long distance at a high level, very accurate. You know what I'm saying? So because he has a skill that not everybody can do consistently, efficiently, as much as Steph Curry can, he provides a different type of threat. You feel me, in the game of basketball. So I'm saying that to say this. When you in the game, you know what I'm saying, you playing the game of life, right? You have to remember that at the end of the day, a lot of your success is based on you. Based on, do you believe in you? Or are you just looking at other people's situations and you getting frustrated where, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, are you ready to play the game? Huh? Are you ready to rumble? Do you feel me? Come on now. You know what I mean? And especially when you get to a certain financial bracket, oh my goodness, that's when all the games start being played on you. You know what I mean? When you get to a certain financial bracket, oh my goodness, man, you have family members you ain't talked to in years. Don't hit the lottery or something, man. Don't let you know what I mean. Don't let people find out, man. What type of cars you drive. You got a nice house. You might have some nice jewelry, nice things. Once certain people around you see that, they like, man, how can I get like him? How can I get like her? Or how can I get in that same position? And a lot of times, some people they want your position, but they don't want to put in the work that you did, huh? So that's why I say you got to be careful what type of game you play and what type of people you choose to have around you, huh? Because some people is just a liability, man. You got to get an understanding of that quick. Some people are just liabilities. You want to keep them very limited and have limited access to you and the things you're a part of. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I mentioned academics earlier in this live about having parties at his home, this is one of the reasons I'm not big on having parties at my home. I wouldn't mind having a party, but I'd rather rent out like a club or some type of venue where we can have, have a gathering there. But bring you to my home, nah, I don't want to play that game. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Smash up them likes, y'all. You coming on in? You know what I'm saying? I've been on here for about an hour. Yeah. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash up them likes, y'all. As y'all come on in. It does not cost a fee to hit the like button, please. You know what I mean? It's free of cost, no charge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be willing to play the game of life, y'all. And at least I would say at the very least, for the ones who giving you the game like myself, hope you're paying attention to what I'm saying and really taking, if it's something in this conversation I'm having tonight, if it's anything here that's worth, for you to use it in your own life, hey, do that. That's your business. That's why I put it out there. You know what I mean? Because it's like a lot of times, I'll say this too. A lot of times, some of the conversations I have on my channel is things that I wish somebody had said to me. When you know what I'm saying, when I was younger and building myself up. So that's why I bring it on here the way I do. You feel me? So, are you ready to play the game? Are you ready to rumble? And that's another part too. I look at a lot of people, right? They'll look at somebody else's success and be like, "Man, I wish I was in that person position." But then when you find out how much work is involved for a person to get to a certain status and position, you got to ask yourself, are you willing to put in those sacrifices? You feel me? So the question is, are you ready to play the game of life? Do you? Hey, that's a wonderful game, but it does have its pros and cons. The pro is, hey, you play the game right and you get your money right, they can't tell you nothing, right? You know, that's the good part of the game. The bad part of the game, let's say you do get in position. Now that everybody see that you are in a certain type of, status or you have certain things, now the game that you was playing, somebody is trying to find a way to run game on you so they can take what you got. You feel me? You know what I mean? So you got to be conscious of that. And you have to be aware of who you choose to have around you outside of your immediate family and even with them to a degree. Based on what type of business you're in or what type of access you're giving certain people around you, you have to always remember, especially if you're the academics type where you want to have parties at your home, you know what I mean? Where it basically puts you on the liability list for the fact that, if something happened to somebody at your property, it's going to bring, people to look at you like, are you liable for because this happened at your house? You know what I mean? So you have to be conscious of things like that. You know what I mean? And so I said, just wanted to come on here tonight and just kick a little bit with y'all tonight. And I will be going live tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going live every day through this weekend. You know what I mean? So y'all can get about at least 5, 6 lives out of me. Because I respect my subscribers that much and people that watch me from time to time. I appreciate you watching me. You know what I mean? Because y'all give me that motivation just by showing up and watching me. So I appreciate it. So thank you for watching. When it's live over, please go back and hit the live tab. Go through there. I have a lot of different content on there. You can check me out. I have shorts. I have short form videos as well. So I got a lot of content on my channel. So please subscribe, hit that like button, and I appreciate each and every one who watched me tonight. You feel me? I am Sean B. Stola. Until next time, y'all. Peace.